but they are all for free. They are very, very useful uh, because it is through these principles that you will be able to relish the holy name and actually feel Krishna's presence in your heart. It is not; these are not just statements. You can see when you have all the six, and you do practice with them, there will be a profound change, even in the beginning stages. But of course, uh, only after some time you will be able to uh, have these higher realizations, where when you chant the name, automatically the remembrance of Krishna comes. That needs to be trained also, but it's not for this japa workshop. When in yes, that comes a little later. Good. Mental concentration is so important that Srila Sanatana Goswami is telling us that before japa, one has to focus the mind by a minimum of 3 pranayamas. Uh, 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 these pranayamas, I will only tell them for those who are a little expert. Uh, they go on the following ratio. You inhale for the count of 4. You do kumbhaka or holding for the count of 8. And while releasing your thumb, you exhale on the count of 2. Would you like to try? Should I show you? Okay, so we will first do a little breathing, very simple breathing. You can bring your attention in your stomach, in your belly, and do a deep belly breathe in. Then you bring your attention here and you do a deep exhale. Again, attention down. You want to bring this continue. You want to bring it to a level higher, you use the mantra Soham. While you inhale, you go. While you exhale, no, inside your mind, you do it mentally. You can watch me, my hand goes. Srila Prabhupada speaks about this Soham. He says it means we are part of the Lord. No? So, I am, and so is me. I am the same quality of Ham. Ham means Aham, I am. So, Sama, I'm the same. I'm the same quality of the Lord. So then let's add now watch me. Take your right hand, bring it into the Shankha Mudra. The two fingers go down, right? Once again, index and middle finger go down, and then you have a conch shell, yes? Then you turn it, then you breathe in on a count, then you stop your right nostril, put the thumb on your right nostril, please. Inhale, hold both nostrils, the air is inside, and remove the thumb and exhale sharply. Now inhale through the right, close Kumbhaka, and sharp exhale through the left. Inhale through the left, hold, and sharp exhale. Now 4 through the left, hold for 8, and exhale for 2, just very sharp. Now through the right nostril, hold, and all right. So I suggest we do this now on our own speed, and don't make it too. What I see, it might be your beginning in pranayama. You might, what now, what now, what now? What now is breathe nicely, you know. So, but some of us are interested to claim all the parts of our tradition, so why not do that if it's there? So, again, exhale through both nostrils and in through the left. Hold. Out through the right. Do this now on your own. Continue with the right. Let's do it now. Simple, just deep breathing. Both nostrils. Good inhale, please. And in one voice. Hare Krishna, Hare Krishna, Krishna Krishna, Hare Hare, Hare Rama, Hare Rama, Rama Rama, Hare. Please continue. Always continue. Bring the mind now to the mantra, and now bring it to the first Hare. Hare Krishna, Hare Krishna, Krishna Krishna. Now again to the first Hare of the second half. Hare Rama, Hare Rama. And again, when this is over, the first Hare. Hare Krishna, Hare Krishna, Krishna Krishna, Hare Hare, Hare Rama, again, bring your entire attention to the first aria. Hare Krishna, Hare Krishna, Krishna Krishna, Hare Hare. Continue. Hare Rama. And for the next mantra, stay with each singular name. Every name, full attention. Hare Krishna, Hare Krishna, Krishna Krishna, Hare Hare, Hare Rama, Hare Rama, Rama Rama. One more mantra, please. Hare Krishna, Hare Krishna, Krishna Krishna, Hare Hare, Hare Rama, Hare Rama, Rama Rama, Hare Hare. Thank you very much. So, this with the pranayamas, I must tell you, I only recognized this maybe 6 months ago, and I don't do it every time. I do it on days when my mind is really uncooperative. Perhaps when I went very late to bed and got up and was really tired, or if I'm totally overworked and my mind is not there, then I do this, but it's optional. This was a recommendation. What is not optional is what you find there, mana samharanam, the concentration of the mind. There are many things to be said about this. This was a mechanical help, but don't worry, we won't stay there. There's something much more powerful than mechanical help, and you will learn it in a moment. The second principle is Socham. Our secretary is there, our Kalindi. Please write down. Socham is easy. You can hear Socham. And means cleanliness. No, cleanliness. It says Ashnata stupa pumanato japadi havanadishu. A person who has not taken a bath is unfit for japa, Vedic sacrifices, etc. I just read in the memoirs of Raghunath, From Punk to Monk. It's a very interesting book which has been given to me by your good name again? Jerun. Wonderful name. Jerun. Wow. And he says when he came to the temple, he wanted to check things out. That's New York language. And he thought, let me stay overnight. So when he got up at 4 o'clock, because everyone was getting up for Mangal Arati, he just thought, well, it's 4:30 is the Mangal Arati. I have to somehow kill the time. What do I do then? So he read a little, and then 5 minutes before Mangal Arati, that is 4:25, one devotee came and said, so Mangal Arati, and have you taken your bath? No, he said, I'm going in the ocean when the sun is up. No, bath. You cannot go into the temple and worship Krishna without a bath. I said, I'm taking bath. I'm going into the ocean soon. No, you don't understand. You can't enter the temple unless you have showered. So Raghunath was checking things out. That means he was okay. If they when you are in Rome, do as the Romans, So when you are in the temple, do as these cleanliness people do, and he did. And I was just reading it yesterday night, and I remember this was the standard. You wouldn't go into the temple because a person who has not taken a bath is unfit for japa, for Vedic sacrifices, etc. Now, this mantra, this verse, strictly speaking, refers to chanting Gayatri mantras, not japa, not holy names. In the Shastakam, Lord Chaitanya says that for the holy names there are no rules and regulations. Do you remember? Yeah. You can do also without taking a shower. I did today in the morning. I wanted to really start, have a fresh start, and so on. But Gayatri you should do. If you have Gayatri, then shower is good. Because a shower, this external cleanliness, my dear everyone, will reset your mind also. Have you ever noticed when you come out of the shower, you can make a clear thing when you have gone on a long car ride, and then it's Ayurveda says take a shower. It totally resets you. Even if you want to do it really good, you take a cold shower. It's really like you're in a different space altogether. It is so. So therefore, in spiritual disciplines, we also take any help we can do to become more focused. But for this is, for the holy name, it's not just a mantra, it's a mantra which contains names of God, so there may not be the same strict rule as for Gayatri mantra. However, there is a verse which we always chant before we do initiations. It is this verse. Om apavitra pavitro va savavastam gato viva yasmaret pundarikaksham sabhayabhyantara shuchi Shri Vishnu, Shri Vishnu, Shri Vishnu. It describes that remember the lotus feet of Bhagavan, then you will become cleansed both in both ways. That remembrance of Krishna is important for internal cleanliness. It's really, have you ever studied the nature of distracted thoughts? Why is your mind wandering? Where does it wander to? Have you ever watched it? It usually wanders to things that are very prominent in the mind. Especially for us in Kali Yuga, it wanders to unhappy relationships. I think you do know that a great amount of strength can come from happy or healthy relationships, but so much distraction and pain can be derived from the same thing, relationships, but unhealthy relationships. And they can really stay in the mind, they stuck in the mind, and they are there many times. So a person who wants to do japa and have a mind which is cooperative, he will really avoid unhealthy relationships, especially offenses against devotees. You might recognize this is the first of the 10 things we do to care for our japa, for good japa. These 10 10 recommendations are really care, internal care, which we do. So we should be careful to have external and internal cleanliness. So much of our time is really spent in thinking of relationships and what went wrong, and especially what went wrong, because bad is always stronger than good. Have you noted? You may have the most wonderful day, and at the end of the day, someone says, "You smell like a toilet," and it is this remark which you may take with you into bed. Oh, he said, "Not so bad. It's an hormonal disorder, but nope, not so bad." Why did he have to say this? How does he smell? And all of a sudden you are at this most elevated thoughts. This was a sarcastic remark. So Chama, cleanliness, it refers to two types of cleanliness, the external and the internal. No, then comes, I think, for being clear. But your writing, Kalindi, my God, you don't need a computer to write. Yeah, maybe you write cleanliness and then internal or external / internal. You just write. Now, as Kalindi is continuing to guide us, we will go now to the third principle. You want to? This is simple. Monam. Maunam. Maunam means silence. What this means during chanting is you should not interrupt your chanting with other talk. There is a verse in the Hari Bhakti Vilas which says, "Palapam va japet yavat tavam nishphalam uchyate." As long as one is speaking during japa, till that time one's japa is considered fruitless. Wow! Why is this so? I will tell you a simple to digest story which will make it clear. Thank you, Kalini. Now the third is Monam, silence. Once, Lokanath Goswami was chanting japa with his disciple. Who is his only disciple? Good name? Narottam Das Thakur. Yes, what a disciple. And while they were chanting, a farmer came to Lokanath Goswami and said, "Pani, pani, pani." Pani means water. He was thirsty. So Lokanath did not react. He continued to chant. So the farmer thought, well, if the big Baba, Lokanath Swami, doesn't respond, maybe the Chota Baba will, the small, the disciple. So he went to Narottam and he said, "Pani, pani, pani." And Narottam, he knew the farmer is from here. He knows where the well is. He knows where the bucket is. He knows where the lota is, the cup. He can get it himself. He just wants attention. sometimes Brijbasis are very loving, they want very loving attention, like children, so to say. But this is a farmer. He's big, no? So, but Narottama thought, if I'm not giving him the water, he will continue to disturb us for water. And he will disturb the japa of my Guru Maharaj, Lokanath Goswami. So he interrupted his japa, he exchanged some friendly words, he went to the well, he drew the water, and he gave the farmer his water, and he then sat back again to continue his japa. So after Lokanath Goswami had finished his quota, he went to Narottama and said, Narottama, I need to speak to you. You need to leave Vrindavan immediately. This came out of the blue. His guru was rejecting him and sending him far away from his company. Narottama was not, he didn't want to argue, but he certainly wanted to know what had risen the displeasure of Lokanath Goswami. Guru Maharaj, you are telling me I should leave Vrindavan? Yes, you are unfit to stay here. Guru Maharaj, can you please say what changed your opinion? First you gave me residence here, now you're telling me to leave. You have not understood what is Vrindavan. When the farmer came, he just wanted attention, but you were already speaking to Radha and Krishna. As you well know, he could have gotten the water by himself. But you were interrupting the most important relationship. This is not Vrindavan. Vrindavan means Radha and Krishna are in the center. You may go to Amsterdam. He didn't know. I don't know if there was Amsterdam at that time. Where Amsterdam means not Radha and Krishna is in the center. I saw some good advertisement for Heineken. So if you think about this, and again, this may require a switch in perspective. In spiritual life, Krishna is in the center. In material life, and when you are under the influence of the tama and moha, you are have forgotten who you are, and you are identifying with the body, and you are working on a false premise. No, it's almost as if any one of us would now forget who he is, and he would totally forget he would have lost his passport. There would be no way to find out, and he puts he forgets his people, his work, his friends, his place, his children, his wife. Is totally forgotten, and starts something totally new. And when his children meet him in the park, when he jogs in the park and say, "Papa, Papa, Papa," he looks at them. Your Papa somewhere else, and continues to jog. No, this is what we have done. We have forgotten Krishna and has started a new life in this world and forgotten everything. Everything. Boo. And so when we do japa, we like to put Krishna in the center. What helps you um, is often to chant before deities. Um, that is a very, very quick way to put Krishna in the shelter, in the center. Vishwanath Chakravarti Thakur says, those who are not yet practiced in meditation, they cannot keep Krishna for a long time in their mind. The image of Krishna, the meditational image of Krishna quickly leaves. Maybe you have seen you. Oh yes, now you can see his lotus eyes for a little time, but it goes. But when you have deities and look or gaze at deities, you can keep the image of God much longer in your mind. No? You just hold your attention until your mind becomes perhaps dull and then wanders off, but it takes much more time. You can go for half an hour, no problem. Therefore, deity worship is so important also for those who want to remember Krishna and not forget him. Yes. So this is Monam. Don't interrupt and speak because then your japa will become mixed with other thoughts. Do you agree? You go into the conversation. Oh, who was winning the football cup last 20 years ago? I think that is forgotten, but I think you can now ask a few Guru Kulis, they would know. But if your thought becomes mixed with other thoughts, your japa, and then it's no longer pure japa. So these are 3 principles so far. I'm now looking at the wristwatch. Manik has some information. 10 more minutes, then we have Prashadam. So I would recommend now a short 10-minute question and answer session. We have now 3 things. Please ask on the 3 qualities, which are, in the end, we will have all the 6, and you can make an original snapshot of Kalindi's Oscar-winning handwriting. It's so good. Does anyone have a question so far? Yes, I will repeat the question for the internet. Yes, Paula.
Yes, about the story of Narottama Thakur and his guru. I have this doubt because he was trying to serve his guru with this, to not disturb his guru's japa, and he was also trying to serve a Brajavasi by giving him the attention. And Krishna also says, who's my devotee is not really my devotee, but who serves my devotees, he's really my devotee. So where does the weight become different?
Yes.
Is it only during japa or?
Yeah. Paula has asked a question which I will repeat. When we look at this story of which we just heard about Narottama interrupting his japa, there were a few things which need to be placed attention to. He just wanted to serve his guru, and second, he wanted to serve a Brijbasi. So one verse in the scripture is telling us that we cannot be directly Krishna's devotee. Only someone who is the devotee of Krishna is accepted as Krishna's direct devotee. This is from the Adi Purana, this verse. Paula remembers very well. uh, where the Lord makes the point to Arjuna, you can approach me only through my devotee, not you. You have to serve those who are dear to me. You have to be very kind to them, and if you disregard them, you will not be close to me. Almost like Prabhupada spoke about this principle. Uh, if you want to approach a really well-established rich man, then you need to be kind to his son. Otherwise, if you disregard or versa even are rejecting the son, he will not see you. Uh, My dear devotees, I want to first of all look at Paula's question in a general way. So there are two different statements now on the board, and they seem to contradict each other. What do we do in such a case? Well, in such a case, we need to enlarge our understanding of the subject matter. There must be a point which I have not looked at here. I've looked at one verse in its statement, but something must have escaped my attention, because the Guru and the Sadhu and the Shastra always say the same thing. They are not in contradiction to each other. Here, Lokanath Goswami was training his disciple about the art of chanting. Therefore, he wanted to make this point, which is there in the Hari Bhakti Vilas, that if one interrupts his japa, it is considered to be fruitless. It was not about, he did not teach disregard abridged bhasi, disregard your guru. His point was regard the holy name. Obviously, in the entire teachings of Sanatana Goswami, of Lokanath Goswami, the complete teaching was given. But here something was isolated and was made the main target. Narottam Das Thakur did not leave Braj. They kept this. He revoked his order again. Don't worry. And so on. You must understand Krishna consciousness. You must understand all aspects of it. But at one time, one aspect may gain predominance. I want to tell you a story which Prabhupada tells. It is really amazing. He talks about, now you have to help me. The English word is a vet. Vet means he's a doctor for animals. Vet. What is the proper name, the long name? Veterinarian. Something like this. Do you call him short a vet? Because the word is very long. He was teaching his students about everything he needed to know how to treat animals. Now, one time, a farmer brought a camel to the vet. It was an old vet, and the camel was brought on a. He couldn't walk any longer. He was brought on an ox cart. The vet looked at the camel and said, "There's only one treatment." And he got a big stick and he was beating on the neck of the camel. and the camel started to breathe hectically and then breathe normally and went up and said, "Thank you," in the camel language. He was cured, fully cured. So the student took this instruction. He opened his own veterinarian practice, and soon news came to the old doctor that his student was killing animals. Whenever some ailment was there, he took a stick and he was beating on the wound. Some animal had a wound here, some animal had broken the leg there, and he was just beating. And then the doctor came to his student and said, "Hey, what are you doing? You're killing animals." "No, I saw you giving this very quick treatment to the camel." And it worked. This was one case. That camel had swallowed a whole melon and was suffocating. I needed to crack the melon now, so that he could swallow the melon. So this was one time, one case, special instruction, but don't forget all the other. So here Lokanath Goswami gave one time, special case, the instruction on japa. But of course, his disciple should not forget the other things, Guru Seva and whatever Seva and Vrijbasi Seva. No? Thank you, Paula, for asking this. Yes, sometimes the teachings of a bona fide spiritual master are unconventional. He needs to. Perhaps he was teaching his disciple during that time the rules of smaranam and giving the higher principles, and then he wanted his disciple to stay in the lesson, so to say, in the classroom. Would also like, I have also asked this question which you have asked, but that's the way I understand it. These, Param Vaishnavas, they are very compassionate, But and also you must understand the Vrijbasis. To deal with the Vrijbasis, that's a whole other thing, how to. Mahaprabhu told Jagadananda Pandit, don't associate too firmly with these people. They are very different from you. Which Vasis, that farmer, he just wanted to disturb, he should, he can get they get water everywhere. They know everything there. They know every way. So it was also a lesson for the, how to deal with Vrijbasis. Sometimes with Vrijbasis, we as Westerners should be, and if we don't know so well, better is very polite, always, whatever they are. But sometimes only this, then they understand, But you need to be almost an Indian to be able to do this. Otherwise they will climb on your head. Good. So, anyone else? Yes, madam.
Emotions make difficult to japa. Emotions like feeling unhappy and some sadness. Relationship. So I have a difficult time to do japa. I don't know how to handle it. En over dit probleem heen komen and then do japa. So it was difficult time.
Yeah.
I didn't know whom I should approach, who I should phone to solve this problem.
Yeah.
So I was trying to find a solution to help myself and do japa. So emotions was a problem, difficult time to do japa.
Wonderful that you say this. Thank you, thank you. I know what you are speaking about. Yes. So our devotee is asking. She sometimes experiences emotions are very, very much there. There are these loud emotions in us, which are very loud. Oh, listen to me, listen to me, listen to me. You know, sadness can be a very loud emotion. Anger is, of course, a loud emotions. They can have a lot of potency over, or distracting power over our mind. Yes. And how can we help ourselves at that time? Because they definitely get in the way of our concentration doing japa. Yes, your point is later addressed also. Um, it is said this Anirveda, it is dealt with. It's a very valid point. You must be without limitations in these things. So when these things are happening, which they will in the world, you should know how to deal with them. First of all, has any one of you seen an ECG? ECG means electro blah, 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 blah. It's a, I don't know the whole word, that's why I say balalap. It's a thing which patients are put, and it measures their anandavadana. What does it measure? The heart rate, yes. And you see on the ECG peaks, and then you see when it's down. Troughs, no? What? Troughs. Thank you. It goes up and down, and it goes in between like this. If it's a flat line, this means dead. Dead. Life is like this. It has to go like this. A duality, health, disease, happiness, distress, success, failure. And everyone who is in this world will have to learn how to negotiate those downs, or our devotees have troughs. When it's down, we have to learn that. It's very, very important. Also in Krishna consciousness, sometimes we are surprised when it goes down, but it will go down. A flat line means dead. In this world, you will have the dualities. You will be energetic, and you will be very exhausted. And you need to know how to deal with when there are these stormy emotions, these very disturbing emotions. You may at that time discuss with a friend or a mentor. You may have to find such a friend in your life to whom you can go and with whom you can discuss things. Especially Matajis are a little bit more tender in the heart. They feel emotions. It's not all Matajis, but generally they feel them a little stronger, which is very good. It makes them very sensitive people. But you need to know as a Mataji, you need as a man also, where can you go and confide? There are a few ways in which you can go deal with emotions. One very good way is deep breathing. there is a direct connection between the breathing and the body. It has to do with the nerve systems. When you do deep breathing, the nerve system calms down. When the nerve system is agitated, you usually breathe shallow or very fast, like this. But so normally, what all people know is my mental states influence my breathing patterns. This is known. Therefore, people say to us when we are agitated, "Why don't you go and breathe deeply?" No, isn't it? We say this to children maybe when they go in their and so on, or young people or people. You need to go out and just breathe a little bit. Now the nerve system is very much influencing our our mental our breathing. Now, vice versa, this works the other way around also. Our breathing is influencing the nerve system. You might take a course somewhere in good deep breathing. There is breath therapeutic people. You might, especially as we get older, we need to pay attention to this. Breathing does. But there are, of course, this is a mechanical way, there's a spiritual way which takes care of it. In a spiritual way, you learn to make a distance to your feeling, and you learn to say, I'm different from the body and the mind. This is called Shakshidvena, and I consider this is a teaching of Krishna in the 5th chapter of the Gita, and he again does it in repeats this teaching in the Uddhava Gita. It is entering witness consciousness, where you do see things with a gap, with a distance. Oh, it's interesting. They serve prasadam. Oh, yeah, I'm feeling hungry now. Oh, yeah. Yes, but I want to listen to the end of this point. You can say, so let me detach myself from what is manifesting there. You know, an animal cannot do this. He will start drooling. But a human being can say, okay, this is not yet the time. I distance myself. And as you practice your spiritual life, it's expected that you can make a distance to the body and the mind and control emotions which are not happy. What I do nowadays, I do deep breathing, when there are these heavy emotions, I just sit down and I go, okay, this is, I first of all think, what is so heavy here? Oh, I'm afraid that this person misunderstands me and he will attack me, or he will leave me, which is more happening to me. Okay, the fear comes now. Yeah, but I will deal with this problem later as good as I can. But for now, let me understand I'm a part of Krishna. I'm eternally belonging to Krishna. I have given him up and I'm entangled in the world. Now let me give my time to Krishna. And usually these strong emotions, they calm down after something like 10 minutes. That's what neuroscience says. I'm sorry I had to learn all this. It's in my new book, and I had to do a lot of research for this. I know in simple words, practice Buddha Shuddhi, distancing from your body and your mind, and understanding I'm part of Krishna, and then it will go. But you should also deal with it by talking with good devotees and friends. Find them. Hare Krishna.
There was something my ex-husband told me, and he said, think something sweet of your marriage, and you have a so wonderful feeling in yourself of love, and then that feeling of love will come in you. But it's a story of my ex-husband. I think the Dalai Lama helps others to liberate, so he has his own path.
See something sweet, yes, in the marriage,
so I think,
focus
shall
on
I
that.
do that exercise or shall
I think it's good, yes. That you can see something what is good, and then focus on what is good, and or what was good, yes, and be grateful for that. Yes, yes.
Okay.
Thank you. I would suggest we make a pause now. We will not ignore what is happening outside. We have brought prasadam for you. I do not know how we will do this. I think we go outside.
Yes.
Nilambar is there. Please tell us, Nilambar.
Can open this door, Maharaj, and people can come outside?
Yes.